Hello and welcome to the second season and 25th episode of Renaissance Weekly. So glad you could join us. We are your co-anchors. I'm Michael Colosi. This is Michael D'Annunzio.
Hello Mike, what's on the show today?
I'm glad you asked. Today on the show we have a recipe corner, an animal segment about the Kinkajou, and a movie review. But first we got a word of the part for our very own weatherman, Walter Vilgor. Walter, let's go with the weather.
Thanks, Mike. This week's forecast is Monday, showers, high of 60, low of 52. Tuesday, PM showers, high of 70, low of 54. Wednesday, scattered thunderstorms, high of 73, low of 53. Thursday, AM showers, high of 72, low of 56. Friday, partly cloudy, high of 75, low of 55. Now back to you, Mike.
Awesome.
Thank you, Walter. You know, today is Water Plant Day, Mike. And here is a field reporter with some information on that.
Good morning. Today is Water Flower Day. If it hadn't been for coffee, cocoa, vanilla, lavender, chamomile, marijuana, and many other flowering plants and trees, our world would have been a barren, dismal place. So Water of Flower Day is that yearly reminder to show our flowers how much we appreciate them for their sumptuous colors, their fragrant blossoms, and their medicinal or sometimes lethal properties. The best way to celebrate Water of Flower Day is by giving all of your household and garden plants an aquatic treat. Also, studies show that gently caressing them in the way that a diaphanous zephyr would in their natural habitat promotes growth. So don't be shy. Give their leaves a tender squeeze. Unless you own a Rafflesia arnoldii, the largest flower on the planet, which doesn't have any leaves, it is also known as the corpse flower due to the odor it oozes when disturbed. That's one plant we wouldn't mind forgetting to water, isn't it? Best stick to roses and lilies, I say, and water them, stroke and sing to them like you would to a child. You'll be a better person for it, and you make the world a brighter, sweeter, and more colorful place. Now back to you.
Beautiful. Thanks, Donna. Now here's our animal segment on kinkajous.
The kinkajou is a rainforest mammal. Kinkajous may be mistaken for ferrets or monkeys, but are closely related to either. Native to Central America and South America, this mostly abnormal mammal is not an endangered species, though it's seldom seen by people because of its strict nocturnal habits. However, they are hunted for the pet trade, for their fur, to make wallets and horse saddles, and for their meat. Although the kinkajou is classified in the order carnivore, it has sharp teeth, is a omnivorous diet, consists mainly of fruit. Kinkajous particularly enjoy figs. Studies have shown that 90% of their diets consist of primarily ripe fruit. To eat softer fruits, they hold it with their forepaws, and they scoop out the succulent pulp with their tongue. Kinkajous spend most of their life in trees to which they're particularly well adapted. Like raccoons, kinkajous have a short-haired, fully prehensile tail like some New World monkeys, which it uses as a fifth hand for climbing. It does not use its tail for grasping food. It can rotate its ankles and feet 180 degrees because it's easy for the animal to run backward over tree limbs and climb down trees head first. Kinkajous are sometimes kept as exotic pets. They are playful, generally quiet, docile, and have little odor. However, they can occasionally be aggressive. Kinkajous dislike sudden movements, noise, and being awake during the day. An adapted kinkajou may emit a scream and attack, usually clawing its victim and sometimes biting deeply. They live an average of 23 years in captivity with a maximum recorded lifespan of 41 years. That's it.
Now back to you.
Oh, now back to you, Mike.
Hopefully we can edit that. Wow, I did not know that stuff about the Kinkajou. That was very interesting.
One of my favorite animals.
Really? I did not know that either.
Don't you see the resemblance? They showed you the picture.
I guess I can see it.
Today is May 30th, and if you have a birthday today, you celebrate it with the likes of Stephen Tobolowsky, best known as Ned Ryerson. Says it is. It doesn't say that, but
it does.
In Groundhog Day, and Sammy Jenkins in Memento turned 66. Colin Meaney, best known as Doc on Hell on Wheels, and Chief Engineer Miles O'Brien on Star Trek franchise, 2 of them, Star Trek Next Generation and Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Yes.
Both great shows. Watch them.
So you turned 64, you turned 64.
Yeah, he did 64. Jake the Snake Roberts, WWE legend and 2014 WWE Hall of Famer, turns not 32, excuse me, 62.
Bet he wishes he was that.
Yeah, he'd be wrestling stuff. Ted McGinley, best known as Jefferson Darcy on Married with Children, turns 59. Hey, you're doing all these fancy comeback shows.
Yeah.
We want Married with Children back.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Roseanne's coming back. Will and Grace is coming back. We
yeah?
Yep, they just announced it.
Wow. Top Gun's apparently getting a new movie.
We'd like to see Married with Children. Ed O'Neill, figure out your schedule for Modern Family and do this.
Yeah. At least a special something.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Kevin Eastman, co-creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, turns 55. Winona Judd, best known as the country music duo The Judds, turns 53. Mark Shepard, best known as King of Hell Crowley on Supernatural and small-time crime lord Badger on Firefly, he turns 53. Adina Menzel, not Adele Dazeem, best known for her roles in Rent and on Glee, turns, and also as the Queen Elsa in Frozen, turns 46. CeeLo Green, best known for his song Forget You and Crazy, as well as the former coach of The Voice, turns 43.
I thought that song went a different way, isn't it?
Forget You.
Yeah.
The PG version. And there we go with the ongoing gag of putting Japanese names in here I cannot pronounce, folks. Rie Kojimiyawi.
Wow, you added an extra syllable after you got it right.
Japanese voice actress of
Alphonse.
Alphonse Elric.
Alphonse Elric.
Elric.
It's not even a Japanese name.
Yeah. In Full Metal Alchemist and Happy from Fairy Tales, some of her fans have nicknamed her the Queen of Sundraya.
Tsundere.
Yeah.
I put the pronunciation.
Yeah, this does not say English here, folks. She turns 38.
She's the Queen of Tsundere.
Yeah. Sean Jayabone, star. Yeah, I don't even care. I don't even watch the show, so I don't care if I say his name wrong. Star of the Goldbergs and voice of Jeff on Clarence, turns 18. Jared S. Gilmore, best known as Henry Mills on the ABC Once Upon a Time show, and Bobby Draper on Mad Men, turns 17.
Of course, he gets that one right because he watches that show.
Yeah, of course I do. John Luck, fictional character from Lost, who was played by Terry O'Quinn, who was 48, died in 2007, would have been 61 today.
If he were real.
Yeah, if he was real. Yeah, exactly. Joseph Stein, American playwright who wrote Fiddler on the Roof, who died in 2010, would have been 105 today. And finally, Mel Blanc, voice of Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Tweety Bird, Sylvester the Cat, and many more Looney Tunes character. He is pretty much I would say, the freaking Mac Daddy of Looney Tunes characters. It's like a list that just keeps going on. He died in 1989, and he would be 109 today. So.
It's funny. Apparently, he was the only character he didn't do as Elmer the Fudd until the guy who did him stopped voicing him, so he took over for him. So then he was everybody.
Right. So.
What do you know?
We do.
I didn't know some of those people had birthdays today.
Me neither, and I did the research.
Yeah, you did the research. Moving on, today is May 30th, and on this day in history, in 1431, during the 100 Years' War in Rouen, France, the 19-year-old Joan of Arc is burned at the stake by the English-dominated tribunal. In 1539, Hernando de Soto lands at Tampa Bay with 600 soldiers with the goal of finding gold, discovering Florida. In 1806, future U.S. President Andrew Jackson kills Charles Dickinson in a duel after Dickinson had accused Jackson's wife of bigamy. In 1814, the Treaty of Paris is signed and Napoleon is exiled to Elba. In 1848, William G. Young patents the ice cream freezer. Aren't we all glad of that? Also in 1848, Mexico ratifies the treaty giving the United States New Mexico, California, and parts of Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and Colorado a return for a measly $15 million.
Measly.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays it is.
Yeah, no. Since I said no, I love how $15 million is measly.
In 1854, the Kansas-Nebraska Act becomes law, establishing the U.S. territories of Kansas and Nebraska. What do you guess? In 1868, Decoration Day, the predecessor of the modern Memorial Day, is observed in the United States for the first time. And we just celebrated that yesterday, didn't we?
Yep.
In 1896, the first car accident occurs. Henry Wells hits a cyclist in New York City.
That's God.
In 1911, the first Indianapolis 500 ends with Ray Haroon in his Marmon Wasp becoming the first winner of the 500-mile auto race. 1922, the completed Lincoln Memorial is dedicated in Washington, D.C. by U.S. Chief Justice William H. Taft in front of 50,000 people. In 1958, the remains of two identified American servicemen killed in action during World War II and the Korean War, respectively, are buried at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery on Memorial Day. In 1959, the world's first hovercraft, the SRN-1, is tested at Cowes, England. 1966, the U.S. launches Surveyor 1 to the moon. 1967, Robert Evel Knievel's motorcycle jumps 16 automobiles. In 1971, Mariner 9 is launched to map 70% of the surface and to study temporal changes in the atmosphere and surface of Mars, the first of its kind. In 1987, Mike Tyson TKO's Pinklin Thomas in 6 for heavyweight boxing title, leading to him being the subject of Punch-Out later that year. In 1989, Tiananmen Square protests the 33-foot-high Goddess of Democracy statue was unveiled in Tiananmen Square by student demonstrators. In 2003, Finding Nemo, directed by Andrew Stanton and starring Albert Brooks and Ellen DeGeneres, is released in the United States and Canada. 2013, Nigeria passes a law banning same-sex marriage. Come on, Nigeria, get with the program, right? And finally, 2014, Seth MacFarlane's A Million Ways to Die in the West is released to theaters. MacFarlane's first live-action role on the big screen.
Fantastic, really funny. So, aware of those dates in history. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. You know, Mike, here at the Renaissance Club, we do all our work. We also combine work with pleasure, which is where our social events come into play. Last week, we had our 14th annual bowl-a-thon and played Scrabble.
Oh, we also had our Memorial Day cookout, or cook-in, depending on how the weather was. I don't remember. I was too busy to remember what the weather was like.
Now let's take a look at our movie review of Alien Covenant. That's right, I said our. Take a look. Here to do my review of Alien Covenant, and here I have John Diamond Michaels, JDM here. Tune into his review on his channel, which is in the description below. Having only been exposed to Prometheus from other YouTube videos, I know that some of the references being made were going to be lost on me, but I rather much enjoyed the film, being quite a bit better than the last movie I saw, King Arthur. Other than the scenes of Michael Fassbender's character by himself, I found it all to be rather enjoyable and entertaining. It's a bit predictable and/or a little cliched. The movie apparently takes place 10 years after the previous movie and features a whole new ship and crew, the Covenant. Imagine if the previous movie in the series took place in the ship, the Resurrection. Like, it's kind of weird they've been doing that with these titles here.
That's going to be the next one. Alien Resurrection. Oh, it can't be, because
yeah,
it's already been done.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Like, imagine if that was the name of the ship, the Resurrection,
yeah.
and that's why they call it that. I thought that was weird. But it works. It's rather strange that they just named these sequels after the primary ship of the films, that's all I'm saying. So, while I was expecting the movie to be more in the lines of a scary movie, I found it wasn't that scary. If this were my first rodeo with the xenomorphs, then perhaps. But having come to know the species and how they work, there weren't too many surprises. Though that all said, the special effects used in the movie to bring the xenomorphs to life were all fantastic.
Yes, definitely.
Though it's possible it could have been practical effects as well, I couldn't tell. Well, at least for some of the things. I know that we have not seen the last of this movie series, and that it will most definitely be at least one more movie to tie these prequels into the larger Alien franchise as a whole. I, for one, hope that we will definitely see how the Predator Yautja species... I, for one, hope that we will definitely see how the Predator Yautja species ties into the xenomorph lineage in the next film. Because, like, going into this, I thought they'd created them, but now it seems like they're telling a different story here.
Yeah.
And as my fellow host here said in his video, I thought Danny McBride's character was pretty good. What was the woman's name in the movie?
Daniels. He played Daniels. I don't know who the actress was, but I had to look it up. Folks.
The character Daniels in the movie had quite a few pretty good scenes in there. She's not quite.
She's like Ripley. You do the whole thing. You like, yeah. Oh my God. When you watch Alien,
a lot of sexual tension.
Through all the Alien films. She was definitely like every guy during the I don't care who you are. Maybe some girls too. Saw that character and they were like, yeah, I would you would fantasize yourself doing that. So it's like. They didn't really do...
They even have had lesbian characters in the franchise.
Yeah,
before.
So I mean, they could do it. I mean, she's no Ripley.
For sure.
She, the actress that portrayed her...
It's not like they can really bring, Sigourney Weaver into this movie since it takes place before the first movie, and I'm sure she's not exactly, able to look like her younger self.
Yeah.
Although technology,
you could put her in and have her be the great grandmother of Eleanor Ripley. Like seriously, you could do it, folks. Come on. But yeah. So 3.5 face huggers out of 5
I was gonna say that.
for me, and
I also give it 3.5 face huggers out of 5.
Yeah. So go see this movie. And tune in next time for our next movie review, which may be Pirates of the Caribbean, because I think I'm going to go see that with them. So if not, it'll be something. But Bamboozle challenge.
Remember, in space, no one can hear you breathe.
It's actually Scream, but that's alright. Back to you.
Buy this shirt on Spreadshirt.com. Link in the description below. Thanks for ruining that movie for me, Mike.
Today is also Mint Julep Day, and to tell you a little bit about that, here's one of our field reporters with that information.
Thanks, Mike. Today is Mint Julep Day. Were you desperately hoping for a refreshing bourbon cocktail but frustrated that you didn't have a good enough excuse? Thankfully for you, Mint Julep Day is here to pander to your wildest fantasies. Just as long as those fantasies involve sipping the classic cocktail. Mint Julep originates in the southern USA and still counts this area as its heartland. This is especially true of Kentucky, where the annual Kentucky Derby horse race serves around 120,000 juleps served each race. Premium versions of the drink are served in gold-plated cups with silver straws at a cost of $1,000. But you don't need to spend quite as much as that to enjoy the day. The ingredients are simple: bourbon, mint julep, mint leaf, sugar, and water. However, no two bartenders seem to make the drink in the same way, which is all more reason to sample a few before the special day is over. Now back to you.
Thanks, Frank. Now it's time for Recipe Corner with Kathy Closey. Kathy?
Today at Recipe Corner, we have carrot cake whoopie pies. We have, for the ingredients, 1 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 cup of butter softened, 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 1/2 cup of light brown sugar packed, 1 large egg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract divided, 1 1/2 cups grated carrots, 1/2 cup seedless raisins, 1 8-ounce tub of fat-free cream cheese softened, and 1/4 cup confectioner's sugar. Lightly coat 2 large baking sheets with butter or line with parchment paper. In a medium bowl, whisk together flour, cinnamon, baking powder, and baking soda. In a large bowl, cream together butter, oil, sugar, egg, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Fold in carrots and raisins. Add dry ingredients and mix until combined. Spoon batter onto 24 mounds onto the prepared baking sheets, flatten slightly. Bake for 10-12 minutes, switching sheets halfway through baking. until cookies are lightly brown and spring back when touched lightly. Cool cookies on sheets for 5 minutes, then transfer to racks to cool completely. For frosting, combine cream cheese with confectioner's sugar and remaining 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Sandwich cookies together with frosting. Make 12 servings, 1 sandwich each. Prep time is 30 minutes, cook time 15. Now back to you.
Thanks, Kathy. What a great recipe. So, Mike, what's the quietest sport you play?
I don't know. What is the quietest sport you play?
Bowling, because you can hear a pin drop.
How apropos. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Michael Closey.
I'm Michael D'Annunzio.
Thanks for joining us here once again at Renaissance Weekly. Remember, folks, life always offers you a second chance. Call tomorrow.
For those wondering why we switched places, we felt like it. Nope. Come on, Alexa. Alexa, ask Corny Dag to tell me a joke.
Here's your dad's corny joke. What do you call a deer with no eyes?
I don't know.
No idea.
I think your joke was better than hers.
Stephen Tobolowsky. Best known as Ned Reiser in Groundhog Day.
Ryerson. Ned Ryerson. Need him those Ned the head? Come on. It's a line from the movie. And
I'm going to start that over, folks. Stephen Tobolowsky.
wow.
Best known as...
Started again, still didn't get it right.
It's alright.
Tobolowsky.
Yeah, I know. What's her actual name, though? Yeah. Adina Menzel.
Just say it down.
I'm going to do it this way.
Right.
Adina Menzel, not Adele Mazine, who originally had the role of Elphaba. Oh, yeah, no, that's good. CeeLo Grant.
CeeLo Grant.
That's great.
Wow.
Joseph Stein, American playwright who wrote Fiddler on the Roof. Mel Blanc, voice of Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Tweety Bird, and
Sylvester.
It goes long and on.
Yosemite
and
Sam,
on
Foghorn
and
Leghorn,
on
Marvin
and
the Martian, Pepe Le Pew, Speedy Gonzales, Wile E. Coyote, Roadrunner, Tasmanian Devil, and many other characters in Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies, theatrical cartoons during the golden age of American animation. He was, in fact, the voice. What?
You're stealing my stuff. I was just going to do one thing here. Alright.
What do you know?
We do, where we were. Well, I didn't know about those birthdays. Be funny. Right. Hey, Beth, you can be on the computer, but just try to be quiet, okay? We're filming.
E3500. To connect a different speaker, go to the Alexa app.
Apparently, we're switching sides for this episode.
I needed the plug, folks, because I'm trying to be... I did all this research just to do this one little thing. Yep. Alright, put my phone down. Alright, quiet in the room. This episode is brought to you by Alexa. Alexa, play music.
Here's a station you might like. Mix.
Hey! And we're gonna have to cut that because it's gonna be copyright infringement.
Alexa, stop.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you'd be surprised.
We're going to use Alexa today for our corny joke.
Ah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyways. Hello, I'm Michael Closey, and this is Michael D'Annunzio. Oh, wait, sorry.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Anyways.
Nice.
Yeah. see if I can get her name right when I go back again. Thanks.